Shkuktash Salt River will be going live here in about a minute or so. We're going to have a couple different discussions about graduations, summer programming, enrollment for next year. So stay tuned and we'll get started in a second. Whoa. Hi, Erica. Thanks so much. We're going to be going to our big screen once we officially go live. So this is just our host screen for now, but we hope you're doing awesome. Thanks for watching. All right. Hello, everyone. If you're joining us, thank you so much. This is Salt River Schools, a conversation with Dr. Clary.
Oh. Hello, everyone.
Shkuktash, Anyanup Chugit Tate Walker. I'm the Communications and PR Director here at Salt River Schools, and I'm excited to be chatting with you here today. On our academic calendar for today, it was scheduled as a community forum. And that's something we've been hosting quarterly at various venues throughout Salt River for the last 3 years. So with the important safety measures in place right now in the community to prevent the spread of COVID-19, we're hosting today's forum as a conversation on Facebook Live right here. So we appreciate those of you who are on. Just know this is going to be recorded and posted later as well. So if you get some weird feedback, or you have to leave, no problem. We'll have some timestamps on the conversations as well, so come back and check it out later too. We also have our comment section up too, so we'll try to answer those as they come through. And make sure to share as well. We have some great information coming at you, and we want as many people as possible to have access to that. So without further ado, let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about COVID-19, of course, and the impact it's had on our schools. Since spring break, we've been doing quite a bit. Dr. Clary is going to talk about some of those things. We're also going to be talking about graduation. That's on everybody's mind. What's happening with that? What are our plans? How are we celebrating? It's all going to be discussed here. Also, summer programming. A lot of that's going to look super different from years past, but we're excited about what we have to offer, so stay tuned for that. And then finally, we're going to be talking about our enrollment for next school year, 2020-2021. So let's get started. Dr. Clary, hello.
Hello.
I love your mask.
So great to see you. I love your mask too. And just so everybody's watching, we have everything that we need here to be safe because we're trying to do this to model appropriate behavior right now. We're navigating through some really interesting times. So we really appreciate Tate, you setting this up in this forum. So we're nice and safe.
Thank you. So let's get started. COVID-19 hit us pretty hard spring break. I mean, we were knowing about it beforehand, but it was kind of on again, off again. Right. So tell us a little bit about what's been going on since spring break.
Well, since spring break, It has been incredibly busy. First, I want to make sure that everybody understands how proud we all are, the board, the council, the community of our education employees, our students, our parents, and all the support that we've been given. And so that's been wonderful. The site leaders are here, and so they'll be talking about specific things going on their campus. But in a nutshell, from a division level, what I want to share with everybody is that we really have tried to make this as much business as usual as possible in the role of educating our children, whether it be kids at ECEC all the way up through our higher ed program. Everyone has done a really good job of providing materials to students, whether they were picked up, whether they were mailed. And then, of course, I'm going to smile when I say it, even though you can't see it, is the laptop deployment, which we really appreciate the help and support from Tribal IT to make that happen, to get equipment in the hands of our students so they could complete work online. And so from those kinds of instructional things to facilities that are being renovated during this time since kids aren't on site, Tami Brungard is here, and so she'll talk a little bit about the work that's being done at ECEC. It has been incredibly busy. I actually told someone this morning at a 9 o'clock meeting that we're busier now, it seems, just because we're having to do it in a different way.
Definitely. And I want to reiterate a little bit for our viewers here that, some of the things we've been doing to get our kids and families engaged, a lot of that stuff's online. If you go to our website here, you'll see COVID-19 is right here. You can access that. It's got our messages, everything you need to know there. But in addition to that, I encourage you to explore what we have for online resources. Our curriculum and instruction team has been doing some vital work to get access to a lot of that. Also, the different schools, elementary school, for instance, is just slamming with some of their online offerings. The special areas have a bunch of really cool activities every week. They're mailing out homework packets. They're doing almost daily video announcements on YouTube. Check those out. They're great ways to keep your kiddos active in their educations because, one of the things I know a lot of our teachers have been trying to get across is that learning has not stopped. COVID-19 has definitely impacted us tremendously, but learning is still so important. We still have just over a week and a half of school left, and it's really important that students are as engaged as possible. So I also know that we've been doing lots of cleanup. I've seen teachers, doing lots of fantastic, like using Q-tips with their alcohol, and our public works staff has been just diligent and replacing stuff and keeping things clean. Obviously, not all of our staff are here on site really at all. We've really been respecting the community's protocols to work from home. And so doing that has been, we'll say Dr. Clary has turned into a magician in addition to acting superintendent, because she's really been vital in ensuring that we've been able to keep things business as usual, as she said. So what about, one of the things that I think is most popular and that I think a lot of folks have really appreciated is our food distribution. Oh. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, first, just I know I say it to them all the time, and I say it to anybody else that will listen, but just on this venue, I would like to say publicly how much we incredibly appreciate the work of our food service staff. Not only do we have food service staff that have been here every day through the week since we closed, we also have a long list of volunteers. Teachers, paraprofessionals, other employees that have come and volunteered their time to help with the meal preparation and with the distribution. So we can't thank those folks enough. So the goal is to finish the school year with the meal distribution and then really pretty much just turn right around and start with summer feeding. So it is our goal to make sure that our students, anyone that's below 18 and below, has access to breakfast and lunch every single day.
Definitely. And if you needed more information about any of that, It's on our website, including the summer feeding schedule, the different sites, the days and times that those are offered. But I also encourage you to follow us on Facebook as well as our Instagram account. As you can see here, this is our Instagram. It's having a little bit of difficulty loading, but all those empty squares you see there are actually pictures. A lot of our youth are participating in these really fun theme days. I wish you could see it. You cannot. But check out our Instagram page. It's at Salt River Schools. And you can get in on some of that fun action there, in addition to the healthy food that we're serving up. We'll talk a little bit more about some of those, some of what's going to be happening at food distribution in terms of themes, because we want to be able to celebrate some really special folks, some really special kids who have made some awesome achievements academically. And that's coming next week, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. So I also really want to mention to those of you who are just joining, reiterate that thank you for joining us here on Facebook Live. We're having a conversation about COVID-19, how it's impacted our schools. We will, yes, Yolanda, be discussing the high school graduation. See your comment. Thank you for commenting. We're going to be talking about summer programming, things that are happening coming up in the next couple of weeks, really. As well as getting kiddos enrolled for school 2020-2021. So I think we'll kind of segue right into the big conversation of graduation. And with us today, I'm so excited. Celebrity status here. We have the one, the only Education Board President, Mr. Henry Osif. Everybody give a round of applause.
All right.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Thank you, Tate. That was great.
I'm here for you.
All right. I
Oh,
appreciate that.
so welcome, Mr. Osif. So we're so excited that you're here. One of the things, as Tate just mentioned, and it's come up from Yolanda on the feed here, is graduation. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you, and Mr. Osif is here, we had a board meeting on May 4th, and there was discussion about a graduation committee. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes. So one of the suggestions from one of the board members was that we go ahead and probably try to do something for all of our community members, and I'm saying all our community member graduates, and so that we're recognizing due to the fact of COVID-19 and this epidemic that we're going through, we wanted everybody to be safe and still follow the guidelines of what the community has set forth for us. And so we want to make sure that we honor our students as well. And so the suggestion is that we come up with a committee and plan for a big celebration or a big to-do for all of our graduates within the community or throughout the community membership. And then so Dr. Clary has been tasked by the board to go ahead and generate this committee and start planning for this big event. Unfortunately, we're not able to give a set date, so it is to be determined. So keep an eye out for that announcement, and we'll be gladly to share that with you once we get that planned. And Dr. Clary is open to any suggestions. So anything that you guys have to share or think that will be helpful to this committee, please share it with Dr. Clary and some of her committee members that she'll be gathering. But again, I do want to just express my truly disappointment of not being able to provide you a traditional graduation, because that is something that you've worked hard for all the years that you've been going to school. And I want to thank the staff, the high school staff, and all of the staff that are here now publicly, that I greatly, truly appreciate all your hard work and your all your encouragement of these students to go on and finish their education. And again, education is important, and you're always learning every day. I'm still learning. I think Dr. Clary is still learning. And I just want to say that we just want to encourage you to continue your education, because it is important, and maybe you'll be one of these staff that are here helping us with these types of situations that we're in and helping our community. And so again, with that, I just want to say how deeply sorry I am that we're not able to provide this traditional graduation for you, but we do have this committee set up so that we can do something special for you for this time.
Thank you again, Mr. Osif, for all the information and for being here. I want to give just a little bit more guidance or information about the committee. So the board recommended that we form a committee. So we have a committee right now that is made up of 2 board members that are also council members. And because we're going to need that support from the council and tribal administration. We have another board member that's a member of the committee, and he is a parent of a high school senior at Salt River High School. And then we have another parent from Salt River High School. And then there's also a parent from Mesa Public Schools. Because one of the things that Mr. Osif alluded to was when we were saying a graduation ceremony, a live graduation ceremony, we're talking about one for every graduate, regardless of where they went to high school. We want to make sure that students that attend a school district, Mesa Public Schools, Scottsdale, wherever they go to school and their district is not having a live ceremony later on in the summer when we're allowed to, we want to include them. So we're very excited for everyone to understand that this is truly an all community member graduation ceremony that we want to have. And once the committee meets on Thursday, we'll send out some information via Tate to keep you guys updated. But then as we get closer to where we have a date, we'll talk about the venue and what it will actually look like. We're really excited about having this conversation with parents whose kids are Salt River community member kids. They just haven't gone to school here. We want to make sure that everybody understands that we value you, we appreciate you, and we want you to be part of a very large celebration that we have. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Appreciate it.
Good job. Get out of my seat. Just kidding.
Tate's coming back.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph.
Thank
Air
you.
high five.
Woo! Great job. Great job.
Nice. So, thank you for that information. I'm really jazzed that we're in a community that celebrates our students so much. It's kind of I don't know, it makes me feel really good about where we're at, especially with the COVID-19 situation and what's we're trying to make things possible. I also want to recognize that the class of 2020 has worked really hard to get to this moment. Yeah. And it's not anyone's fault what COVID-19 is doing, but I also want to encourage the class of 2020, as well as all the promoting classes, to utilize the technology we have available. We've really tried to engage families in sharing pictures of their graduates, of their promotions, of their promoting children. We'll have some information about some cool PreK promoting to kindergarten students here pretty soon. We want to see that. We want to celebrate that online. And if you're willing to share those images and videos with us, we would love to bust that out, because we can we can celebrate across the globe now. And there's lots of really great there's a lot of great capabilities that we have. So please don't think that we've forgotten about you at all. Please know that we want to celebrate you as much as possible, especially our class of 2020. So congratulations on all your hard work. We're still rooting for you, and stay tuned, because we'll have a lot more information for you coming out. So with that, I want to make a quick mention here that our food distribution site at the high school has been doing some really fun stuff. I tried to bring up our Instagram feed here with some of the theme days. If you know Mrs. Myers, Mrs. Myers, at elementary, you'll know her as a figurehead over there, as someone who really cheerleads for the for all of our students, whether they go to Salt River or not. And it's been really magical to watch some of those theme days take shape. What's really cool is that Ms. Myers has been working her little tail off over there to partner with businesses to honor and celebrate our class of 2020, as well as all the promoting students next week. So beginning, what's that Monday?
The 18th.
Beginning Monday the 18th, we're going to be celebrating each of our grade levels, each of our promoting grade levels at the food distribution site. And I'll say that we've been averaging, 300 to 400 meals a day, sometimes more than that. We're really hoping a lot of folks come through next week, because we're going to be asking your cars and the kiddos that are in those cars to make signs and decorate the cars. with the folks that you're proud of who are promoting. Starting Monday with the ECEC PreK, going into promoting to kindergarten. We want to honor those kiddos. Tuesday, we'll be honoring our kindergartners going into first. Wednesday, we're going to be honoring our 6th graders heading into middle school, 7th grade. Thursday, we're going to be honoring our 8th graders, who are going to be high schoolers, freshmen next school year. And then Friday, of course, our class of 2020. And each day, we have businesses like Wendy's. I think we have Texas Roadhouse. I know we've got, ice cream places. Miss Myers has really come through with having these partners give us some awesome gifts, giveaways to every car that comes through. And so we are doing that in honor of our promoters and our graduators. So stay tuned for details on that. Catch our social media, Facebook and Instagram for more details, but be prepared for that. We're going to have some fun out at our food distribution site, which again is every weekday, 10:30 to 12:30.
12:30, that's right.
And we're giving, and every day, youth can come and get both breakfast and lunch. So make sure you get out there. It's awesome food. We're one of the few sites that do hot meals still. So shout out to Shannon and Natasha for all that. Who are our employees of third quarter with all the food service team. Yay. So, be sure to check that out. So, we're going to segue here, do a little dance off, and invite on one of our other celebrities in the house. Ooh. It is the one, the only, Tami Brungard, the ECEC leader. So we're going to welcome her up, and she's going to talk a little bit about, I'll let her say, but we'll have some really cool pictures to show you of some awesome construction happening at the ECEC. So,
all right. Thanks, Tate.
Yes.
All right, Tami, come on in.
Hi.
All right. Well, welcome. First of all, thanks so much for being here. And so this is the perfect opportunity to share information that's been going on at ECEC. And I know I alluded to it, Tate alluded to the construction, so really excited about that. So please share anything that you want to share with our folks.
Okay, well, we can definitely start with the playground since we've been talking about that. We have been able to accelerate the playgrounds. We are having all 3 playgrounds renovated, and the 3-year-old playground will be done the end of May.
Oh, wow.
And it's really taking shape. So that right now we're seeing the infant and toddler playground is started. So our plan was to only have 1 playground renovated at a time, but with no children on site, we've been able to accelerate that. So right now, is that what they're seeing?
This is what they see.
Okay. That is the infant and toddler playground, which has totally been changed, and they're getting ready to put in the playgrounds. What we're real excited about is that we're going to have a walking path around the whole perimeter of all of the playgrounds. That's another aerial view, and you can see the start of the path that's going to go all the way around. And I think we do have some pictures of there.
Wow.
That's the 3-year-old playground, and the equipment under there, you can't see it for the awnings, but it's brand new equipment. Very cool, very excited for that. So if you are driving along Chaparral, you can kind of get a peek in there into what they're doing there.
We'll also have these images posted on the ECEC website as well.
Yeah, I have a teacher that's making a little story so that she'll have for the kids. So we'll have pictures of showing every the progress. So the kids will have that when they come back. But yeah, we're looking at having those completed the end of May, and the 4-year-old playground.
So Tami, can I ask a quick question? Because I know it's one of the things that comes up, whether it be from a board member or a council member when we attend a celebration over there. It's a little hot sometimes. And so talk about the awnings that are being added and what kind of extra things are being done to help with not just the safety, but also the comfort of our children and our parents.
Right. So we have a big awning over there that we're adding fans to.
Okay, perfect.
For
fans.
when we'd have promotion or have the mini powwows or the social gatherings. So we're be able to have those fans, and then also just the awnings that are specific for the playgrounds that we have for the children. So yeah, we're so excited about the work that's going on.
Oh, and can you also talk about the difference in the age level, the types of equipment that you intentionally added to the playground to benefit the children?
Yeah, so on the infant and toddler, we're excited. Where our little ones are is a plate. We are doing artificial turf so that in the one area, so that we don't have to worry about them getting in mud or dirt from the sod.
That's wonderful.
So we'll have that. We're eliminating the sand, and which I know that a lot of the teachers and families have been. So we'll have a lot of soft surface and grass. So we are so excited.
Oh, that
about
sounds
those
wonderful.
Awesome pictures. So,
When my kids were little, they came home with sand and or gravel in their shoes and their pockets and every place they could possibly have it. So getting rid of the sand with that age group is really
that
wonderful.
soft surface is actually the best.
Yeah, perfect.
So we're
Great.
excited about that. I'd also like to share that we have the opportunity with talking about promotion. The Office of Head Start has been just so awesome in looking at the purpose of Head Start is to prepare children for kindergarten, and they have been really concerned about the pre-K students that are not getting that preparation for transitioning into kindergarten. So they have funding available, and we are looking at doing that. Now, whether we can do that on site and have our pre-K students on site, or whether it's virtual learning.
Okay.
So we're looking at getting Hatch tablets, which has learning programs on it for every one of our pre-K students or 3-year-olds with IEPs. And we're going to have that going, and also have access to internet, like hotspots, if families need it, so that everybody is available to be hooked up and have that. So that'll be coming, and we're also working with, I'll have to say, my policy council president, Lori Lewis, and vice president, Chris Deerenwater, have been so supportive during this time. We've been communicating via email. We're having a meeting this afternoon with the policy council, and making sure that we get the materials for the promotion. Our students always do a promotion, and they make hats. If you've ever attended an ECEC promotion, the families are incredibly creative, and so we're going to get those materials out and ask families to share those pictures of their kiddos with those, so that we can put those online, get those together, get them to Tate, so that we can share that out also, so the families can do that.
I've always been very impressed with all of the promotion ceremonies that I've attended, just the elaborate work that has gone into their caps, or mortarboards, as I say, to be able to share what they want to be, their aspirations, but then also their history and their pride and their culture and community. So it's just such a wonderful thing. So I can't wait to see photos.
I'd also just like to share of how proud I am of our staff and their commitment. I know they miss the children terribly, and so sometimes it's hard to keep them away from the site, but we are following safety practices and really honoring the community's cautiousness, and I think that we've seen that play out. And so I'm really proud and honored to be working in a community that values the community's health and the staff health and the children. But that being said, we are having distributions every Wednesday and Thursdays from 10 to 1 with materials for the children. We've been supplying families that need diapers and diaper wipes and formulas, and then encouraging families, if there's anything that they need, reach out, let us know, and we'll see if we can get it for them.
Perfect. Yeah, we're so blessed. We're so blessed to have the opportunity to work in this community, and
I agree.
We say it all the time, but and we mean it, but it is just really come home, so to speak, with this situation, because everybody has been so supportive, and we appreciate the leadership and guidance that we're getting provided from Tribal Council and Tribal Administration and the Education Board through this process.
Yeah, I would just encourage families to go to the website for updates, because we make plans. I always say my best hope is that we'll be able to serve children on site this summer at some point, but we don't know if that'll happen.
Right.
But we are committed to providing families with resources, whether on site or off site.
Right.
So I think the most important thing is to go to the website
Absolutely.
and look for those updates, because things can change.
Absolutely. Very flexible, very fluid.
Yes.
So we appreciate you planning for both scenarios.
Yes.
So that's really important. Well, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate you coming by.
Thanks.
I love the Kermit the Frog
Oh, thank you. Yes, he's one
mask.
of my favorites. I'd also just like to give a shout out that we have provided these masks to families and staff. Tana Solemn has made over 300 of these. And so when families come by, we are able to provide them with a mask.
Oh,
also
that's
if they need them.
wonderful.
So I just wanted to give a shout out.
Yeah.
So wait, real quick.
Hold the mask up.
Yep, we're doing breaking the fifth walls. Okay.
Okay.
Tate's taking a photo.
All righty. Well,
Thank you so much. All right. Tate's coming back for a minute.
Just for a second. So again, if you're just joining us, we thank you. And those of you who have stuck with us, we thank you as well. We're still moving on. We are having a conversation with Dr. Clary. This is in lieu of our normally scheduled community forum. So we're so glad you could join us. This will be available as a recording later, and we'll timestamp all the combos and the folks that we have up. But without further ado, I want to introduce another celebrity in the house. Oh, we have the Salt River High School Principal Emily Niu. Thank you so much.
All right. Come on, Emily.
Oh, well, thank you. I feel
Weird. I'm just, one of the things that I really noticed today is just how people represent themselves with their face masks.
Yeah.
We had Kermit the Frog. I've got flowers. Tate's got the universe because, hello, it's Tate. And then Mr. Osif had his very functional one, which is good because, he's the board chair. So it's about functionality. So that's important. And then hers is Dr. Seuss. So,
yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you. I didn't realize how much you could see my gray hair on camera, but there it is. You guys know the salons are closed. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I did this myself because, trust me, it was sad.
So anyway, thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it.
So tell us what's going on at the high school.
Well, at the high school, we're very excited. We're very excited to be working, and we're excited to be helping the students through this last part of the school year. It has been a difficult year, and we just want to reach out and tell all the students, we really love you, we miss you, we care about you, we hope that you're doing well, we hope that you're doing your studies at home. Some of you might be playing, that's okay, but just make sure you get your work done. But we do have some exciting things happening. I wanted to show you our t-shirts. They're finally here.
Oh, come back this way. There we go.
Can you see those?
Oh, wow. That's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And then if you remember, last semester we went ahead and voted on the Eagle values, and you guys chose Eagle values, so here they are in the back.
Oh, nice. Oops, let's go this way. There we go.
Yep.
Wow, it's all of them right there.
Yes.
These shirts are amazing.
Yes, so every student will be getting one.
Wow.
As kind of like a memoir of Salt River High School and the time that they spent there.
Right.
Yeah, and so we're really excited to be passing these out. And so how that's going to work, let's talk a little bit about the passing out the shirts and passing out all of the stuff that we need to get to our students. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Great.
So the last week of school is May 18th to May 22nd. And we have students that have like stuff in their PE locker, their athletics locker, and all of their personal items that need to be picked up. And so Mr. Barnes and some of the athletic personnel are working on bagging it and tagging it. We're calling it bag and tag. And we're going to be putting one of these shirts in there. So it'll have the student's name on it with their stuff in there, and that way you can come the week of the 18th to pick those up. And we'll have more information out about what times to come in, and we might be able to do the drive-through, or we might have it inside the building, but we're going to be sending out information for that as well. And then also the We have a lot of sports awards to give out,
Yeah.
a lot of athletes that we want to recognize, and a shout out to all of those seniors who have received scholarships and received signing on with teams.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You know, we're watching on our end, and we're over here and we're cheering for you, you know, and so we're doing all of those things. And so we have honor roll awards, principals list awards, perfect attendance awards that we want to get out. And so the idea is that each child would have a bag with all of their awards and their shirt to pick up that last week of school.
Right.
And so that's the kind of what we're working on now. And the seniors, we're making a special bag. We're calling it a swag bag.
Swag bag.
Yeah, swag bag. So we have a couple goodies to put in there. And also, I know Tate is going to talk about her yearbook. And so she'll give you more information on that. But we hope to be putting some yearbooks in some of those swag bags for you. Also, too, the laptops that we passed out, we spent a lot of time passing out laptops. Thank you to everybody who came and picked theirs up. Thank you to all those parents who are talking to your children and saying, do your work. We thank you for your support, and you know, we really couldn't do this without you. And so that last week, when students come to pick up their items, they would also come and bring their laptop as well. So it's kind of like, as long as they're here, bring the laptop, pick up their bag, you know. That's kind of the thing that we're hoping to do. And I think that's pretty much it, you know. We would like for students to be done with their classwork by Wednesday, which I think is May 20th.
Yeah, the 20th.
Yeah, May 20th. But I understand if you need a few more days to do your assignments, you can. But you just can't go past the 22nd, and that's the very last day of school. So that last week, just make sure you start wrapping it up. Turn everything in that you can. Bring your laptop to the school. Pick up your items. And we'll thank you very much, and we'll give you a big virtual hug. And wish you well on your way, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, just so you know, any of the information that Emily shared just now with picking up and all that, that'll be posted on the website. And then I know Tate will also push it out through social media.
Right.
So once those dates are confirmed, everything will be available online to you to see. So thank you.
I'd like to also send a letter home, too, with all of this, and just a reminder that summer school starts June 1st. So if you're interested in that, please contact us. We're still working on figuring out a way to get everyone registered that doesn't involve paper. So, yeah, we're working on that.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Miss Niu.
All right, Tate's back.
Yes. And before we transition to our next celebrity, I just also want to plug that the latest yearbook is going to be available to pre-order, and will be available later this month, and we can have it delivered, or something we can have it picked up. This isn't the one. I'm covering the year because this is an old one. But we had students work really hard to finish this latest yearbook with 2 months almost of no school. Getting it done and getting photos in of kids that we didn't have, or staff that we didn't have, was a challenge. But I'm really excited for you to see it. It's currently being processed right now, so stay tuned, and the pre-order information will be on the website. And again, if you're just joining us, this is a conversation with Dr. Clary. This is what would have normally been our community forum, and we're really excited that you're here joining us. You can leave us some comments, and we're looking at them. And we'll also have it available as a recorded video posted up on both our Facebook as well as our website as well, and it'll have timestamps of all the different topics that we're talking about, so you can just zoom in where you need to. So without further ado, let's bring in the one, the only Accelerated Learning Academy Principal Jama Nacke.
And as Jama's coming in and Tate's going away, I appreciate all the work that the students did, and really getting the yearbook together and getting those photos in. But I have to say, Tate spent a couple of really long days and long nights to get it done. So Tate, as always, thank you for everything that you do. And look who I have next to me, the glamorous in her
glamorous.
her camouflage.
Yes, my camo.
Jama Nacke from ALA. So
There you
hi,
go.
welcome.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Dr. Clary.
Thanks.
Hello. Hi, ALA and Salt River.
Say hi.
Gosh, we miss you guys so
Mhm.
much.
Yeah.
Your teachers are dying right now.
Yeah.
We talk every week about all of the students that are working right now.
Mhm.
So I do want to first give a shout out to our teachers because we figured out our kids work best from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m., right?
Right, yeah.
And so our teachers are literally on their phones, Facebook messaging, texting, emailing kids literally 24 hours a day because you people are vampires. And so you work at night. But some of them, like we have one graduate actually that has 2 young kids. And so she works at night because that's when they're asleep. So I do want to do a big shout out to the entire ALA staff that is they're just so passionate about what they do, and they really miss you guys.
Mhm.
And it's hard to not reach out as much as we would like, right? Because it's just that connection is gone, but we're still here. And if you need anything, that you've got their phone numbers, you've got my phone number, you've got email, text, anything, because we want to make sure that everybody is safe. First and foremost, and also has what they need.
Right.
And so we would like to congratulate, though, that we are going to be graduating 18 ALA students this year.
Awesome.
So super exciting.
Yeah.
We've got a couple coming in out the race there. But our graduation in ALA usually happens at the end of June. And so we'll be working with the graduation committee to coordinate that with what the community wants to do. But our normal graduation isn't the end of May. It doesn't come to the end of the June. So we're still working on all those plans with the rest of the community. But we certainly want to. Do they know about the signs? Do we talk about the signs?
Talk
Yeah, so we actually, thanks to Blessing at the...
so Blessing McCandless and Stacy Goopser have been just a godsend when it comes to providing ways and opportunities for us to honor our children. So I'll let Jama add a little to
in
it.
my office right now are some beautiful signs for each of the graduates. They're huge. They're much bigger than I thought. And we're going to be getting those out. We're coordinating with Miss Washington right now. We'll be getting those out to each of the graduates. And so I know there's going to be some coordination too for senior photos and things like that. But we'll be getting those out to you guys really soon. They're just beautiful. And we'll make sure want to try to take as many pictures as we can to get it out into the community. But we'd like to thank those donors that did that.
Right.
It was super fast, and they're very professional, and they're so much bigger than I thought.
Right.
So it looks like a giant pizza box.
They're
Actually,
bigger than she thought.
Yeah, huge. And by the way, Mrs. Washington says, all you students out there, get to work. You know, Mrs. Washington's watching you every day very closely.
She is.
And the other thing is, so we do have summer school. It will be online. It starts June 1st. So we'll be contacting actually all the families individually this week to see who's interested. The teachers, so we'll have Miss Beals, Miss Jones, same teachers as normal, but it will be online. And the application is already on the Salt River Schools website.
Yes.
So the registration can happen a couple of different ways, obviously without paper, but you could always fill it out and then scan it or email it, and there's information on the application for that. Or you can also call Mrs. James. We are accepting only currently enrolled ALA students. So if you're not a currently enrolled ALA student, this summer you won't be able to attend, and that's due to all sorts of transfer of documents and things like that. Right. So if you're a current ALA student, we will be calling you. Because we can't, and how that's going to also structure is the students that didn't finish up like their 4th quarter classes, we'll have you work on 1 or 2 of those classes during summer school. So please know that the students that didn't finish aren't going to be penalized for that, but we would like you to come to summer school, maybe finish 1 or 2, get those credits, and then come back in June.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then we'll be starting enrollment here very soon as well for the fall, and that information will be online. But I think the best way to stay in contact is if you could be checking your email. We have been doing some, good old-fashioned U.S. post office mailings, but those are a little slow.
Right.
So parents and students, if you guys could be checking your email, or if the school messenger will be doing a school messenger, listen carefully to those because that's a really good way to stay updated. Oh, somebody's calling actually right now. So that's a really good way to stay updated. But and we'd like to thank really the tribe and the community of the support of keeping the educators working and being able to work with kids. We'd like to thank the IT in a huge way. Not only did they deploy laptops, but they also deployed some Wi-Fi units out to students because we know that's been a challenge. And so it's really important that education is really vital, and we want to keep that going in everybody's minds. We'd like to appreciate, and the education board, everybody that's contributed to keeping this division running. It's everybody's played an integral role, really.
Absolutely.
And so the teachers are just ready to get back and see everybody.
Right.
Anything else?
No, you have anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. Other than we just miss you guys.
Yeah.
Franklin is safe at home with Mr. St. Louis, so we just have to remember that. So
Thank
tell you
you.
that.
Thank you. I really thought the other day that I was going to have to ask Tate if we can get like a live Franklin feed, because I think we're worried about him. And
I'll
we
have
want to
Mr.
see
St.
him.
Louis.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. All right, Miss Tate.
I'm back.
She's back.
Give me a second. So, I heard you have a new puppy.
I do, but I don't have I have to go get my phone. Can I go get my phone?
Yeah. We can plug it in. So while Dr. Clary is doing that, I'll just do a little reiteration that thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook Live. We're almost done with our discussion here. I want to announce some information about elementary school plans and say a shout out to Dr. Guerrero, who is our principal and having a birthday today. So happy birthday, Dr. G. And she gave me some information to share with y'all about some of their promotion and summer programming plans. But again, we're having this conversation in lieu of what would have been our community forum. We are practicing safety protocol so that we can prevent the spread of COVID-19, which has been ravishing indigenous communities across our nation. And thanks to the leadership and planning of Salt River pima-maricopa Indian community, we have been blessed with so far a limited spread here. And so a big shout out and kudos to our leaders who are making that happen. And that's why we're doing this as a social distance element here. We're going to connect some technology and see if we can... Oh my goodness, you guys are going to love this.
Okay, so what you're about to see is actually the new member of the Clary family. He belongs to Zach, my son, and his girlfriend, Brianna. And he...
Where is it?
Do you need that one right there?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, why is it... Oh. Do a thing. It's so cute. I can't wait.
So I'm pet sitting. I'm being grandma to the fur baby, and I was telling them earlier that he's 10 weeks old now, and I've been chasing him around the house, and he got away from me. And I actually right now have 3 broken toes on my left foot.
We won't be showing you
which
that.
I will not be showing you because I barely got my shoe on. And so anyway, but he's really cute.
Well, I can't get it to come up, but can you see him? It's so cute. Oh, I'm trying to go over here so we can see Dr. Clary's face. Oh my gosh.
So this is Archibald Clary, and he's 10 weeks old now, and he is a miniature Australian Shepherd.
Oh my goodness.
So
we need to see updates for sure. Okay.
All right.
So
he is keeping us busy, or keeping me busy, actually.
Yeah, my daughter has a cat, and we also have a very senior citizen beagle. They're definitely keeping us busy, both of them. Okay, so for elementary, Dr. G has said that, let's see, there's no finalizations yet with the promotions, but they are ordering signs for their kinders and their 6th graders who are going to be promoting. So we'll get you information about that so families can pick up those signs in the next couple weeks. They also will not be having official summer programming like we normally have. Some really fun stuff on site, like via Eagles Club, I think is sometimes how that's done. But I know that our curriculum and instruction team, led by our literacy folks, are going to be doing a really fun LitCamp.
Yes.
It's going to be lit.
Yeah, literature camp's going to be
Sorry,
lit.
guys. I had to throw that in. I am not cool. Just
We just wanted to say
forewarning. Yeah. It sounds awesome. But it's going to be a literacy camp.
Yeah, literacy, sorry.
And so you're going to be able to register your kiddos and receive information. It will be done off-site, so it'll be done from your homes. But lots of really fun activities. I've seen some of the plans, some of the books that they're going to be giving away. I mean, you're going to have libraries by the time this summer's over with all the books that we're going to be given for this camp. So stay tuned about that. And then re-enrollment packets have gone out. I believe they've already been mailed to families of current Salt River Elementary School students. We're also taking, of course, incoming kinders, so that's all online as well. Let me just quick show you how to get there. So if you're on our website, Salt River Elementary is sres.saltriverschools.org, and right on the front page we have enrollment information. You can go to that button. We also have some information about registering for kindergarten, and all the registration information is on the same spot. So we have online forms available. You can email those to us signed. You can drop them off, mail them in. We have options for you guys, and so we want to make this as easy as possible. So check it out. Go to our website or give our schools an email or call. Most of the teachers have like Class Dojo and are keeping involved with their families on phone. So stay connected. We definitely want to hear from you and help you if we need to, especially with some of the enrollment information. We do ask for quite a bit, but it's important information to have, especially that contact information. Whenever you guys get new information, new phones, I know all the time I'm switching mine. Keep us posted, because that's how we get you that vital information. Our educators, our leaders have been talking about School Messenger, and that's the broadcast system. We send messages on phone. Yep. We have text messaging. I also wanted to do a quick, if I can, if it shows up, I wanted to show you how our app works, because that thing is pretty awesome and will, so that showed up, I'm not sure why, but if you give me a second here. Our app is pretty awesome, and is a really quick way for you not only to get information, but also just stay connected with events, with our Facebook page even. So I'm just going to show you what, this is mine. That's my kid. I love her. So if you click the bottom, our app logo looks like the community's logo. It says Salt River Schools. This is the page that pops up. It's free to download, by the way. I'm using iOS or Apple system, but it's available on Android as well. Free on both of those platforms, by the way. You'll notice that our top left icon is COVID-19 information. So that'll bring up pretty much everything that we have on that. And that includes, our school announcements. Since then, it includes our homework packets. It's going to include our graduation information as that becomes available. Our summer school information is in there. So you can see like message from Tammy. We even have some really great like information, especially if you're dealing with any mental health issues and need some assistance with that. ALA summer school information is right there. So it's all at your fingertips. It's free, and we really encourage you to utilize this information. And if you ever have any questions about that, my email is communications@saltriverschools.org, and I'm happy to help you get through and download that stuff. I've definitely had some phones in my hand to help folks. So kind of as our last thing here, I wanted to mention that just reiterate that we want to celebrate our promoters and our graduates as much as possible. All the sites have the signs coming in and are contacting families about that. High school has signs coming in for both 8th graders and 12th graders. Jama mentioned, ALA, Tammy as well. I know elementary is also getting their signs in, so stay connected with us to have more information there. Higher education. For our class of 2020, who are going on to do bigger and better things with vocational or college pathways. We want you guys to be as prepared as possible, and our higher education program is here to help. And they're doing some great conversations as well. They have a Zoom meeting tonight. It's going to be hosted through the tribe. So Salt River Pima-Maricopa Indian Community has a Facebook page. It's going to be there. It's going to be on Zoom. I think there's an event on their Facebook page that you can check out. But listen in. It's going to share some really important info about getting your financial aid information in. It's going to share information about deadlines that are coming up, what are really important. But also, too, for those college and vocational graduates of 2020, we have signs for you as well. We've posted that information on our on our social media, and I know the higher ed advisors have been trying to reach out to families to put those signs up in yards. So if you haven't gotten yours yet and you are a graduating member this year of class of 2020 in the higher ed program, we have some signs for you. So reach out to your advisor if you need more information there. But stay tuned and definitely check out that Zoom meeting that's happening tonight. Also, if you have any questions at all, higher education can be reached at highereducation@saltriverschools.org. So check it out. They also have a nice website as well. And I guess as kind of lasting or closing thoughts, Dr. Clary, anything else that you want folks to know? Or
Well, I just want everybody to know how much we appreciate their continued support. And through this really interesting time that we're in, I want to take the opportunity to thank the Tribal Council, the Education Board, all of Tribal Administration for their continued leadership and guidance through this process. And, one of the things that we always say is, things happen, and we always talk about being resilient. And this is another example of where I couldn't be more proud of our staff, but particularly of our students as well, and their parents and their supporters, of being resilient through a really difficult time. And so we appreciate everything that everyone's doing. I have to give another shout out to Tate in her role as Communications PR Director. She's done a great job of keeping people informed. And again, we've said it before, website, Facebook, Instagram, there's lots of information out there, so please access that information. I'd like to also thank our staff. I know the principal said it, we've talked about it, but everybody has done an amazing job working in really unusual, uncomfortable sometimes positions. But food service, security, those two departments have been on site this entire time and have done an amazing job. But the last group that I want to specifically speak to are our students.
Yeah.
I know that this is tough. It's not the way we want school to have lasted for 2 months, for the environment, for the opportunities that we have to kind of close out a school year, seeing your favorite teachers, signing yearbooks, all that stuff that Tate mentioned and the others have mentioned. But you have to understand that we love you and we miss you and we're concerned about you. So please, anytime you have the opportunity to reach out to a teacher, to us, to the website, to your principal, to whomever, please reach out. We want to know that you're doing okay.
Yeah.
Because that's all that matters. We want you to be okay. So thank you.
Yes. I don't think any one of our staff would say no to an email or a phone call at some point.
No.
I know I've been in conversations with some of our graduating seniors, and just, the pride they feel, but also sort of like the blah too of not getting the moments they were promised. And that's not fair. You don't deserve that. But we do want to make it as good as possible. And we need your help to do that. We had a comment about one of the opportunities for the class of 2020 is to have information about yourself as a graduate in the Autumn Action News. They're going to have a huge spread of information of what you've accomplished, awards, your grade point average, things like that. And I encourage families to submit information, but we're also collecting that too.
Right.
We've made some pleas on social media to have videos of some of our musicians make some music for us. We want to share that. We want to share our seniors reading books and stories to our younger kiddos, and that's always important. We just need you to know that it's important to stay connected. And one of the things, maybe this is a good send-off here, is, Miss Myers at the food distribution, one of her things she's been saying is, I can't give hugs, but what I can do is give smiles and connections. And you can't tell, but we're both smiling right now.
Yep.
And always. And the connections might be different ways than maybe we'd like, but we want to connect with you. And so this is one of those ways. We thank you so much for joining us today. And if you missed any part of our conversation, it will be recorded and posted, and we'll have some timestamps with the topics we've talked about. Again, any questions ever, please reach out to us. communications@saltriverschools.org. You can give us a call at 480-362-2500. Leave a message. We will call you back. Tag us up on social media at Salt River Schools. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get our app. We're here for you guys. So thanks to our special guests and celebrities that came through today, spent some time with us. We will be wiping down this area, and we have hand sanitizer ready to go. And be well, everybody. We miss you, and we're always praying and hoping for the best for everyone.
Right. Bye. Thank you so much. Love you. Miss you.